Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name is Doodles. Now, Winter NAMM 2019 is right around the corner. It's just a few short weeks away. And if you guys don't know what NAMM is, it's basically like Christmas for musicians. It's basically one big convention where all of the music industry manufacturers, from guitars, bass, drums, keyboards, microphones, audio equipment, anything to do with making and producing music, all of the manufacturers come into one convention centre and showcase all of the gear that will be available throughout the course of the coming year. And obviously Winter NAMM 2019 is going to showcase all the stuff that we're going to be able to see over the course of 2019. Now, a lot of companies do start to reveal a few things here and there in the run up to NAMM to sort of get people excited about it and sort of draw some eyes onto their products that they're going to be showcasing when it actually gets to the convention. And vintage guitars are no different. They have showcased already what they are going to be revealing at NAMM 2019 and what will be available throughout the course of the year. Whether it's going to be the full list, I'm not entirely sure. They might reveal a few things here and there. They might have kept a few things back as surprises, but there's a lot of new instruments being revealed by Vintage, and I cannot wait to check them out with you guys. Hopefully you guys are excited for this one as well. If you are, make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and click all. That way you'll never miss out when the video goes live on the channel, because I intend to cover a lot of the stuff that's going down at this year's Winter NAMM 2019. Unfortunately, I won't be there though. I'm going to be like you, I'm going to be sat on my computer watching all the videos, reading the articles, and seeing what all the companies are doing. But for now, we're going to be checking out what Vintage are revealing ahead of Winter NAMM 2019. Let's do this. So right, I'm going to put the instruments up on screen as I am talking about them, so you guys can obviously see what I am seeing. But first up, we have a signature model by an artist called John Verity. I don't know exactly who this guy is, but it's one of their V6 models, which is obviously based on the S-type, the Strat type of shape. And I've got to say, it looks pretty damn cool. It's got the signature candy apple blue colour with the matching headstock, which is very unusual. Matching headstocks also reminds me of like the 1980s glam metal type of stuff. And sometimes it looks really great, sometimes it looks really terrible. But in this instance, in my opinion, I think the headstock and the body being the same colour looks absolutely fantastic, especially with the maple fretboard. This is a guitar that I really do dig. I'm assuming it's going to be a older body maple neck. I believe it's actually satin all round, so the fretboard's going to be satin rather than gloss. And it's got the obviously the sort of mint green type of pickguard as well. Overall, super cool. I dig this one a lot. It's also available in candy apple red, which I'll put a picture up on screen for you guys as well. Both look equally awesome. If I had to choose one, I think I'd actually go for the blue one. I do like that a little bit more. But yeah, super cool. And I would love to check this one out. Like I said, the matching headstock, there's something about it. There's something about the matching headstock with that colour on that guitar which is really just doing everything for me right now. And yeah, I've got to say, I dig this one a lot. Now, next up is one that, although it's got the matching headstock with the body, and in that instance, it looks absolutely fantastic. This guitar doesn't quite tickle my pickle quite like my last one, and that is a triple P90 V6 S-type guitar. P90s are pretty much like single coils anyway. They're very similar. They actually are single coil pickups, and tone-wise, they are. It's a very similar kind of sound with the P90s versus the single coils. But aesthetically, there's something about the triple P90s which just doesn't look good in my opinion. I think tone-wise, I think obviously with the 5-way selector being able to blend all these different types of P90s, I think you could get some amazing tones out of it. But I don't know. There's something about the P90s in the Strat type of guitar which just looks weird in my opinion. Maybe I'm sort of a unique case when it comes to this. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this guitar looks great? Do you think it looks pretty ugly like I do? Would you play it? Would you own it? Like I said, I think tone-wise it will be fantastic, but in terms of aesthetics, which I think are quite important when choosing a guitar too, I don't know, it's not ticking it for me at all. There's something about the P90, it just looks weird. It looks weird in my opinion, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think it looks as weird as I do, or do you think it's actually really cool and you would love to own one? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, this is a guitar that I would quite happily own. This is a natural V100 single cut type of guitar. Obviously, the V100 is their take on the Les Paul style guitars. And I've always had a thing for natural guitars. I don't know why. It's been something about a natural guitar which looks super cool. This one actually reminds me a bit of Pater from the band Extra Pan. He has a, I believe it was a gold top. or it might be in a Sunburst. So it was one of the two, a really, really old, I believe it's a 55, maybe it's either 55 or 63 Les Paul, and all of the paint virtually is worn away from it, and the guitar is nicknamed Bald, or whatever Bald is in Japanese. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, and it reminds me a lot of that actually, and I really, really dig that guitar. So I think for this reason, I think that's why I really do like this one. But it's all natural V100 guitar. It's got the gold hardware with the gold bridge and the gold tuning pegs, but also it's got the black pickups and the black pickup rings. It's kind of like a blend between black and gold. It looks super, super cool on this guitar. This is actually one of my favourite ones, I think, from the list, and I would love to check this one out. I'd love to see what it's like in person, to see whether it is as nice in person as it is on a picture. I imagine it will be, and yeah, I would love to get my hands on one of these. Let me know what you guys think of this one. This one's probably going to divide people as well. Some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this one as well. Now next up is a guitar that I am not a fan of as well. This is potentially the guitar out of the bunch that I hate more than any, mainly because I think it looks cheap. For some reason, in my opinion, I think that dot inlays on a Les Paul type of guitar just shouldn't exist unless it's a Les Paul Junior or a Special. It looks better on them. It works on that type of guitar. But with the dot inlays on a regular Les Paul style of guitar, it reminds me a lot of like a Epiphone Les Paul Special. It reminds me of like a £100 guitar as opposed to a £300-400 guitar. And obviously these generally look like they're worth a lot more than they actually are in terms of pricing. They're proper workhorse guitars, and I don't know, I think this just looks super, super cheap. It looks super stripped back. It looks very beginner, very low entry grade type of instrument, not the workhorse gigging musician's guitar like they actually are. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think dot inlays should be on Les Paul type guitars? I personally think trapezoids or blocks are the only way to go, unless it is a Special or a Junior. I know Gibson, I think it might have been last year, they actually did dots on their studios, and in my opinion they look absolutely terrible, and I'm assuming Vintage have copied that idea from Gibson and basically released their version of a studio. This one doesn't have binding on either like the Les Paul studios do. It's very much a Les Paul studio copy, and yeah, I think it looks absolutely terrible. In my opinion, it's probably a very nice guitar to play, but aesthetics wise, it's not my thing at all. But am I alone in this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think dot inlays look fine on Les Pauls, or do you think it should be trapezoids or blocks? Let me know in the comment section. Now next up is one that is very clear that is also ripped out of Gibson's last year catalogue, and this is the V100 PBB, which is obviously the P90 Black Beauty guitar. Last year, I think it was in 2018, Gibson released the new Les Paul Classics, and the Les Paul Classics in that iteration had P90s instead of humbuckers. I know the black one was super, super popular. A lot of people dug the P90s in the Les Paul Classic, and I think Vintage have basically taken the same leaf out of the book from Gibson last year and made their own version of it this year. Overall, I've got to say I dig it a lot. P90s are very nice pickups. They work really well in guitars like Les Pauls and similar types of instruments. It's always good to have a guitar loaded with P90s. I've got my Junior, which I absolutely love, but I don't have too many with a neck pickup. I've got a Bolt Blaze, which is a Jazzmaster copy, but I'd love to get some sort of Gibson type of copy, a Gibson type of guitar with P90s in as well. That would be super cool. So yeah, overall I dig it a lot. I love the flat black colour. It works really well with the P90s. You've got the gold hardware, which always works nice on a black guitar, and yeah, overall dig this one a lot. Now speaking of Juniors, this is a guitar that I've been hoping that Vintage would do for a very, very long time, and now they have finally done it, and that is a ATV Yellow V120, which is their take on the Les Paul Junior style of guitar. I've got a 2005 Les Paul Junior. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. It made me fall in love with the P90 pickup, and whenever I think of a P90, I always think of a Les Paul Junior. Always have, always will. That is the P90 guitar for me. And ATV Yellow is such an iconic colour with the Juniors, obviously with a black and white TV. I believe they had to use yellow so it looked white on camera, obviously, because any other colour would either look too bright or it would go black, because with the black and white TV. So yeah, they used the yellow and it sort of looked like a white guitar, and that's kind of where it came from. But the Yellow Junior is so iconic from artists like Johnny Thunders. There's so many of them that have used TV Yellow guitars over the years. I believe Rolling Stones are very popular for using them as well. And yeah, I've been waiting for TV Yellow Junior to come out, and they have finally done it. And I would love to actually get one of these. I wouldn't mind getting another Junior type of guitar, and I think a TV Yellow vintage one would definitely be a great call. And as with the dot inlays, look absolutely fantastic on this type of guitar, just not the one that we saw previously. But yeah, this is potentially one of my favourite guitars out of the whole lineup. I'm so glad that they've done it. Then also along with the juniors, another type of lower entry grade type of guitar which is really popular amongst professional musicians because it's just a workhorse guitar, and that is the special type of guitar. This is the V132 TSB, which looks obviously a lot like a Les Paul Special, which was made famous by many musicians. I think even like Bob Marley played a Special and stuff like that. But yeah, basically it's like a junior but with two P90s. This looks better with the dot inlays. Like I said, it doesn't look like the Les Paul Studio copy that we saw earlier. This looks like the dot inlays fit in my opinion. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's a stripped back, it's a workhorse guitar, and yeah, overall dig this one a lot. Oh, now next up is their take on the classic Black Beauty, and that is the V100 3BB, which is obviously the 3-humbucker Black Beauty guitar. It's black, it's got the 3 gold pickups, it's got the gold hardware, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Obviously, it's one of the most iconic looks when it comes to a Les Paul type of guitar. It looks absolutely stunning. One thing which I would like to see is block inlays rather than trapezoids, but Vintage have never put block inlays on any of their sort of single cut type of guitars. I don't know whether maybe it's to avoid like legal reasons why they can't do it. I know they did get in trouble years ago for copying the Les Paul shape, but it got thrown out of court because you can't trademark a guitar. It's, you know, you guys know about it. Read up on it if you don't. But yeah, I wonder whether maybe that's why they have never gone with the block inlays on this type of guitar, because it might look too close like a Gibson. So they've all stuck to the trapezoids. I think the block inlays would top it off nicely, but the trapezoids look cool too. But yeah, the Black Beauty, it's such an iconic look. I've never owned a guitar with 3 humbuckers in before. I would love to actually check one out and see what the middle humbucker actually sounds like. Obviously on a regular Les Paul, it's a blend between the bridge and the neck pickups. I'd love to see what sort of tones you get out of a middle pickup in a triple humbucker Les Paul. That would be super, super cool. But yeah, overall, dig this one a lot. Oh, now this is a guitar that I know people have been waiting for many years and been asking for. And this is very, very clearly a copy of the Ace Frehley Buddakan. It's such an iconic guitar. It's triple humbucker, sunburst Les Paul with the cream pickups. Yeah, I know people have been asking Vintage to do their take on it for many, many years. And a lot of companies over the years have done the same as well. Obviously, it's a Gibson guitar, but brands like Bernie, Tokai, Greco, a lot of the Japanese companies have done their take on it over the year. I was actually almost pulled the trigger on a Bernie Buddakan type of guitar quite a while ago. I saw one for a great price. It was like 300 quid used, and it was absolutely stunning. Almost did it. I was so close to buying it. At the last minute I decided not to, and I do kind of regret it because I think it would have been a fantastic guitar to own. And yeah, it's awesome to see that they've done their take on it. Obviously with the trapezoids, it looks right on this type of guitar. Obviously with either one I'd prefer blocks, but trapezoids look cool too. But yeah, on this type of guitar, it's exactly how I would want it to look. And like I said, never played a triple humbucker Les Paul type of guitar before, so I don't know, maybe this could be the one. I might have to get myself one. This looks super, super cool. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Right, now apparently triple humbuckers is going to be a big thing this year because now they've got their VS63, which is their take on the SG style guitar. This is a triple humbucker SG type of guitar. I don't like the vibrato bridge that are on this type of SGs. You do see it on quite a few SGs. I don't know whether it's very practical, whether it sounds good. Obviously, you don't get any sort of tremolo system on like a Les Paul or SG normally. So whether it works really well, I don't know, but aesthetically, it's never been something that I'm a fan of on these type of guitars. It's not for me personally, but it could work out really well. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the tremolo system on a SG looks good? Do you think it doesn't? Does it work really well? Let me know your thoughts and experience with this, but personally, I don't think it looks good on an SG type of guitar, but it might work really well. I don't know, but yeah, overall I dig it, but not enough that I think I would probably rush out and go and buy one. Oh, now I dig this a lot. Obviously the Black Beauty looked absolutely stunning, but my dream guitar of all time is an Alpine White Gibson Les Paul Custom with gold hardware. And they already sell a type of guitar that they basically sell a double humbucker white V100 guitar. This is obviously the same guitar but with 3 humbuckers rather than 2, and I've got to say I dig it a lot. This is literally everything that I want in a Les Paul. Obviously without the 3rd humbucker because I've never tried one, but if I was going to choose between the two of them, if it was between the Black Beauty and the white one, I don't know, I think I'd go for the white because it is closer to the dream guitar that I've always wanted to own. So yeah, dig that one a lot. I think it looks great with the white with the gold hardware. Always looks good in the Les Paul type of guitar. And yeah, dig this one a lot. Definitely one of my favourites out of the whole range for sure. Now continuing the triple humbucker trend is the VS63VW, which obviously stands for Vintage White. I've seen quite a few Vintage White triple humbucker SG type guitars over the years from like the Epiphone and Gibson have made them, and I think this one definitely looks a lot better than the red with the triple humbuckers. The vintage white and the gold hardware always looks absolutely fantastic on an SG type of guitar. Yeah, this one definitely takes my fancy. This is one that I would actually love to own rather than the red one that we saw earlier. I would definitely be in the market for one of these if the opportunity came up to get one. Yeah, dig this one a lot. Now next up is the same guitar that we saw earlier, but without the vibrato system. In my opinion, that looks a lot better. This one's got gold hardware as opposed to the chrome that we saw on the one with the vibrato system, the tremolo system. But yeah, this one looks so much better in my opinion. The gold looks great with the red. It hasn't got the vibrato, tremolo system, whatever you want to call it, on the guitar. This looks absolutely fantastic. I think between the two of them, I'd go for the white over the red. But yeah, the red SG is such a classic look. And yeah, that looks super, super cool. Next up, we're going down the world of the 4-strings. And this is their take on the SG type of bass. Obviously, like Gibson, Epiphone have been making these for years. They're fantastic. It reminds me a lot of my Schecter SB one, which is the S1 bass. It reminds me a lot of that because the S1's very much like an SG type of guitar. And yeah, dig this one a lot. It's obviously a great bass. Very, very popular, and it's great to see that they've gone into this, because I know a lot of their basses generally go down the route of the more Fender type of look, with sort of the P bass, the jazz bass type of guitars. And it's great to see that they've gone down another route and sort of took inspiration from the likes of Gibson and other manufacturers as well. So yeah, overall, dig it. It's something different. You don't see them every day, and it's something a little bit different as opposed to just a P bass or jazz bass, which you can get any day of the week, anywhere. And now I know this one is perhaps the most requested guitar I've ever seen when it comes to vintage. And this is the V624 FRBK, which is obviously the V624 series, which is like their super strat type of guitar. Obviously with a Floyd Rose, and it comes in black. People have been requesting that they add a Floyd Rose to one of their guitars for so many years now. And even more so when they actually became the distributor for Floyd Rose here in the UK. And possibly Europe, I'm not entirely sure, but definitely in the UK, JHS, who own Vintage, are the distributor for Floyd Rose. So it was inevitable that at some point this was going to happen. And yeah, it's finally here. People are going to dig it a lot. I'm not a fan of Floyd Rose personally. I don't tend to use them. I'm not that type of player that benefits from one. I don't play a lot of like shred stuff. I don't dive bomb stuff. It's tremolo systems generally aren't for me. But yeah, this is definitely a guitar that people are wanting. I hope that now they've actually delivered on it. I hope the people that wanted one actually go out and get one. The V624 series is a great series of guitar if you like your sort of super strat type of guitars. And obviously now you've got a proper Floyd Rose trem system as opposed to just a regular, just Wilkinson's tremolo bridge. So yeah, if you've been in the market for this one, if you've been requesting Vintage make this, go out and buy one and show some love to them, because they have finally delivered what you asked. So right, that is the end of the list. That looks like it's everything that they've revealed so far when it comes to NAMM 2019. Overall, I've got to say, I dig a lot of the stuff that they have done. That blue Strat that we saw at the beginning, absolutely fantastic. The all natural Les Paul looks super cool. The ATV Yellow Junior, the triple humbucker Les Paul type guitars look absolutely stunning. Not a fan of the studio copy that they did. The dot inlays don't do anything for me. It looks super cheap and tacky. The P90 Strat probably sounds amazing, but aesthetically it's not for me. But tone wise, it probably is definitely the sort of thing that I would dig. But let me know your thoughts. Do you like the guitars I like, or do you hate them? And do you hate the guitars I like? You get what I'm trying to say. We could go around in circles trying to figure out all variations of that phrase. But yeah, let me know which ones you like in the comment section, which one you guys hate. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you guys have enjoyed this video today, want to see more like this on the channel, you want to see me cover the NAMM 2019 stuff on the channel, make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Click subscribe button, click the notification bell, then click all. That way you'll never miss out when a video goes live on the channel. Because like I said, I intend to cover a lot of the winter NAMM 2019 stuff. So if you want to check it out, make sure you're sticking around. The best way to do that is subscribing with that notification bell turned on. Then you'll be the first people in the world to find out when the new video goes live on the channel. My name is Doodles. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.